Hey folks, another Lucid update here. So I have some exciting news for you guys. You guys are going to be, for you guys that are holding Lucid long shares or you're into options, you're going to be really excited to hear this news, action-packed video. Of course, if you guys heard a little bit about the interest rate hike, it was a small hike. But what's really more interesting with Lucid is okay, some of Jim Cramer's comments, guys. So I'm going to get into that into this video. For first off, I just want to kind of do a quick recap on the daily charts. So the closeout Tuesday session, Lucid rebounded. So a couple of red days, guys, a nice big green day. Obviously, most of that was due to the Fed only hiking interest rates 25 basis points. And Jerome Powell coining the term called disinflation. So, like I said, as long as Tesla's running, Lucid will be running as well. Now, the disheartening thing a little bit is that the volume is going down, so that's not good. So as you can see here, during that big spike, we had 208 million shares traded, now only 42 million. So a lot of people are focusing on other plays, of course, like Meta, Carvana, Tesla, of course. So a lot of people are kind of moving on to bigger plays. But I want to show you guys something awesome that you guys are really going to enjoy, I think. So let's get into the juicy bit of the video right now. So you guys know how much I'm Inverse Cramer, okay? I was actually Inverse Cramer on Meta. Okay, Cramer was not bullish about Meta at all. He said he wouldn't be buying it for his shareholder trust. So I ended up picking up some call options, and I ended up probably doing pretty well on those. As you guys know in my previous video, Meta pumped. It was up 20%. Okay, after hours, after their earnings. The earnings call wasn't great, but they're doing a $40 billion buyback. Okay, so what I ended up catching, Cramer is talking about Lucid on Mad Money, guys. So I've actually pulled up this clip. I'm going to link to the video in the description below. You have to go to the 4-minute mark. Okay, so the title of the video is Cramer's Lightning Round. I want to own Sherwin-Williams, right? So I'm going to play this clip in the video, okay?
Years from now, the stage cliff will still be here. Let's go to Mike in Michigan. Mike!
Booyah, Jeff. Hope you're doing well. This is Mike.
I'm having a good time because I'm going to Miami. Who wouldn't? How about you?
That's great. That's great. Thank you. I just want to get your input on Lucid. I have a lot of money invested, and I'm not sure what to do right now.
Well, Lucid, you know what? Look, they could go up, but I was with Mary Barr yesterday, General Motors. I came home, I told my wife Lisa, I said, you know what, I got the Travel Trust Me on Ford. I got to be diversified. I can't own both Ford and GM, but Mary Barr was so impressive yesterday. That's a cheap stock. That's an inexpensive stock, and I got to tell you, that stock is going higher, and I feel conviction. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so in this clip, basically, Cramer just completely ignores Mike's question and starts ranting about GM stock. Okay, so he says GM stock is a cheap and inexpensive stock. I believe GM stock is like trading at, what is GM stock trading at? Okay, so GM stock's trading at like 40 bucks. So what Cramer does is he basically completely ignores Mike's question, starts talking about Mary Barra, that's the CEO of GM, and he's plugging Ford and GM. He says he can't decide which one he wants to own. And then he says GM is a cheap stock. So for me, this is extremely bullish, okay? Cramer's hating on Lucid. He doesn't even, he's like, it could go up, And then he starts ranting about GM stock. So, like I said, this is very bullish sign for me, and this was a great catch. I actually found this on StockTwits, so heads up to you guys that are using StockTwits as well. This is a very, very bullish sign for me. Inverse Cramer isn't always right, but usually when Cramer's hating on a stock, we've seen this with Tesla, we've seen this with Meta, usually that stock starts running over the next couple of weeks. To me. So I was wondering what was going to happen with Lucid. You know, things have been cooling off. But the fact that Cramer trashed it, basically trashed the stock, didn't even answer the question, kind of just started talking about GM when Mike in Michigan clearly owns a lot of money, and Lucid probably doesn't have any money in GM or Ford stock. So for me, this is really bullish. So I'm still holding those long-term calls ending in March. March 3-3, and then I have some short-term calls here. So hopefully here, you know, the stock is cooled off a bit. We have a nice green candle. I expect most of the market to be pretty green, closing out the week, ending on February 3rd, and probably into next week, okay? The Fed didn't raise the rates so much. There's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines that's been, really, really waiting to get into the stock market. And I think this is a fantastic buying opportunity. So, okay, shout out to Hodl Ape for posting the numbers from Ortex. The updated short interest is about 24.45% with 229 shares on loan. So the shorts are starting to cover some of those shares. As you can see here, the shares on loan has gone down 5%. So they're beginning to cover. So obviously that means that, the shorts understand that this is not a good idea to really be shorting any of these highly shorted stocks. The money was made, probably back in late December, November, December. The market's been extremely bullish. There's trillions of dollars sitting on the sidelines waiting to be invested right now. It's probably not the best idea to get involved in some of these highly shorted stocks. So this will probably come down, but the squeeze is still on. The fact that Cramer trashed it on his show, a lot of people watch Mad Money, and this is a bullish signal, okay? So sometimes Cramer is right. I'll give him some credit. He's not always wrong, okay? He was right about the market pumping. If the Fed rate hike was only 25 basis points, 0.25%. But, Jeremy Siegel, the professor over at Wharton, he said the same thing. So it wasn't like Cramer was the only person that said this. The general consensus was that if it's just a small rate hike, the market would pump, and that's exactly what happened. So, guys, for the playbook, moving forward, like I said, I'm still holding my long shares. I still have some call options ending this week, and most importantly, after the earnings on February, I believe earnings February 22nd. So there's still a lot of potential here. Obviously, a lot of money is going to be heading towards some of these earnings plays, some of these highly shorted plays, but I really don't think the squeeze has begun, okay? Tesla has the potential to cross over 200. If Tesla hits over 200 by the end of the week, Lucid's going to follow, Rivian, all of these EV stocks are going to pump. And I just think, hey, this stock, CCIV, it debuted at $10 back in the CCIV days. The stock is, just $2 over the SPAT price. So, like I said, to me, this is not only a great investment for the short squeeze, but it's a good long-term investment anyway. Now, if the Saudis acquire it, obviously, there's nothing you can do. They already own 2/3 of the company almost. So, if they take the shares, they take the shares. But any upside here is welcome. Like I said, if and when the Saudis acquire this, the PIF, they're going to take the shares at a premium. Who knows? I'm thinking they're going to get it at about $25 per share. That's probably my conservative bet. I'll just take that money, probably move it into Tesla or something like that. I mean, there's nothing you can do if the PIF takes it private. So that's it for now, guys. Stay tuned. We'll see how Cramer's trashing Lucid, the market responds. Hopefully this is very bullish. Generally, Inverse Cramer is pretty profitable, so we'll see what happens. If you guys enjoyed this content, please smash the red subscribe button and hit the like button to get more videos from me. That's all I got. Until next time, guys. Take care.